What's the name of your book club?
It's called A Different Book Club.
What?
Yeah.
What?
You are in a place where we can trace our DNA from the 1800s to this time. This is particularly exciting and cool and sexy.
Yo, I mean, you're making reading sexy and fun.
Why is there nothing dedicated to men, black men, or men with curly hair textures to help them with itchy, painful raised bumps?
Black-owned hotel in Toronto.
You
That's
know
a
it.
big deal.
Thank you so much.
I know that you guys are on the Canadian Black Chamber of Commerce's directory, Black Business Direct. How has that helped your business?
So many black tourists come in and they're like, we were looking for you and we're so happy we found you.
You know, Canada, specifically Toronto, is known for having some really cool, interesting, independent businesses. And because it's February, which is Black History Month, I'm gonna show you 3 Black-owned businesses you need to know about. They're from different industries like men's grooming, literature, and hospitality. Our first stop, a family-run Black-owned Toronto boutique hotel. It's called Ode, and I'm gonna give you a look. Okay, this is nice,
Thank you.
Tiffany. You better take time now.
I'm blushing.
Well, first off, I just want to say congrats. I mean, Black-owned hotel in Toronto.
You
That's
know
a
it.
big deal.
Thank you so much.
How did this even come to fruition? Where did the idea come from?
So my mom and my dad were kind of like in the real estate game.
Yeah.
They purchased this building many, many years ago and they ran it when we were growing up, and we kind of grew up in the neighborhood and we saw it evolve, and we love little Portugal.
Yeah.
It's like very near and dear to me and my siblings' heart, but as the neighborhood evolved, we kind of wanted to evolve the building as well. And so we kind of took it over from my parents in 2020 and renovated it.
Yeah.
And so Ode kind of became what it is today.
So it's been in your family for years.
Many, many, many years. My parents ran it, and we kind of got our entrepreneurial spirit from them.
Yeah.
But like we all have our serious day jobs. Like I'm a lawyer, my sister's a doctor, my brother's an engineer, my sister's a coder.
Oh, you better speak on it.
Yeah.
The family's doing well.
Yeah, my parents were like, if you're not a lawyer or a doctor, you will be disowned.
Yeah.
But then we all have this creative spirit as well, so we wanted to kind of channel it into this place. So all of the rooms feature art and furniture from local Toronto artists.
Yeah.
They're all like really unique, and I hope like magical to the guests staying in them.
How many rooms do you guys have
We
here?
have 10.
10 rooms at
10
all.
rooms, yeah. And I think that allows us to have kind of a more intimate experience with our guests. So when you come to Ode, you're checked in by my mom or my brother. Like it's a real family-owned family experience.
We're in the red room. I want to see all the rooms.
Okay, amazing.
So I'm ready for the tour.
Let's go, baby.
Let's do this.
So this is our red room and our biggest room. I think this is like our penthouse vibe. We actually took 2 rooms and made it into 1. So it's nice and big. And we have a nice big washroom here with the stripe motif. And then the beautiful boudoir where the magic happens. Little canopy situation here, California king bed, bamboo sheets. You gotta have that bamboo on the skin.
100%.
100%.
You gotta sleep like a queen or a king.
Exactly. So this room, our gold room, I love because we have a beautiful view of Dundas Street West here.
Oh, you get the full vibes.
Full
immediately.
view. We put in triple pane window here to get as much soundproofing as
Soundproof.
possible because it's a very loud street.
Right.
Yeah.
And of course, if magic is happening, we don't need everybody else to hear what's going on.
Well, that's true. Didn't even think about that. So you'll see this room is very different than our red room. This has more of like a mellow kind of vibe.
Yeah.
I love this room.
No, I love it too.
Yeah. And this art is actually made with pencil. And don't sleep on the smegs.
Oh, so you have different colors for each room.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we're heading to the green room, and green is actually my favorite color. So. Oh, I love this.
You do?
Yeah, the colors.
So this room is actually a mural that
What?
Gabrielle Lowe painted.
Yeah.
She was in here for weeks and weeks, just layers and layers of paint. A lot of people think it's wallpaper, but
But this is actual paint.
that's
Oh.
actual paint. And one little touch I wanted to highlight was that we have a Toni Morrison book in each room.
Wow. And that's intentional?
It's intentional,
Yeah.
and it matches the color of the room.
You know, I already know what the people, they're thinking, Brandon, test the bed. Brandon, test the bed.
Test the bed,
The
baby.
bed is so perfectly made.
Just
Perfect.
lie down, baby. Feel those bamboo sheets on your skin.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I can stay
And
here. Oh, I can stay here. No,
Verdict?
this is good. This is good. This
Okay,
is good.
good.
And I have a very comfy bed at my place.
Do you?
So I'm not gonna lie, this is quite
Yeah.
nice.
People always say our beds are really comfy. We're going to go to the gray room.
Oh, I love this artwork.
Yes. So this is from a photographer called Jag Ray. So we did the shoot together.
Yeah.
That's my friend. That's my sister's boyfriend. We wanted it to be like a really tender moment between friends, lovers. We don't know, probably lovers. So this is kind of our lovers' room.
After a night out on Dundas West, maybe you went to Ossington, you come back to Ode, you might be feeling a little bit nice. The cocktails are hitting.
Yes.
The love is happening.
Oh, what's playing on the speaker?
Sade,
Sade. Okay, I love it. And the scent?
sandalwood, a touch of lavender.
Oof. Mahogany?
Mahogany. Ooh.
Evocative.
I know that you guys are on the Black Business Direct, that
Yes.
directory. Like, being on that, how has that helped your business?
I mean, it's incredible the appetite that people have, especially the Black community, to support Black-owned businesses. And we see so many Black tourists come in and they're like, we were looking for you and we're so happy we found you.
Wow.
And like things like the Black Business Directory really help people find and support places that they want to support.
What does that mean for you all as a family to have such a staple now in the city? Like to be like Toronto's Black-owned boutique hotel.
It's very surreal. It's very like crazy to me. It's kind of only starting to sink in because we've been like in this like go, go, go create mode. We just finished our last 2 rooms and now it's really sinking in. Like we've created something that's enduring and hopefully going to create a legacy for our family in the city, and that means everything to us. That's really the point of Ode and kind of what Ode means. It's an ode to my mom and my dad who came to this country from Trinidad and Tobago, and they wanted to raise their generation of children to be like, you know, really educated and just really fortunate and have great lives, and they gave us that, and so we kind of wanted to give this back to them.
Do you ever think like you're inspiring like another generation of young Black people to potentially think about, hey, I can do that too. I can do what Tiffany's doing and
I
her
hope
family.
so. I really, really hope so. I feel like there are so many roadblocks to creating something like this, but it can be done.
What have been some of those challenges?
I think like access to capital is very, very hard. Getting investors is hard. You really have to prove yourself a lot more when you are a Black-owned business. That's just like the way it is. And so we've had to do most of it on our own. Hopefully that changes and access to capital is easier for Black businesses to get.
I always ask entrepreneurs, where do you see your business in 5, 10 years? Paint that picture for me.
Like dream? Like,
Well, yeah.
my dream?
Will there be another ode?
yes,
Oh,
the world is
give
our
us the
oyster.
exclusive.
I like would love to have many, many more odes. I think we've created this like very unique and magical concept that people love. So like my dream would be to create one in Tobago, where my mom is from. Tobago really just has like a few hotels that are owned by big chains.
Right.
And it doesn't have anything from my eyes that's really owned by a Black Tobagonian.
Yeah.
And so I really want to create that.
That would be remarkable.
Yeah, that's my dream.
For people who are watching this, because a lot of people are going to be like, holy I never knew there's a Black-owned hotel in Toronto.
No.
Why should they choose to stay here compared to anywhere else?
I think it's really important to put your dollars where it's going to make the most difference, and representation really matters. And Black businesses are underrepresented in industries across the board, but especially in hospitality. When you're thinking of a place to stay, you could stay at a place that's beautiful, amazing service, going to be a unique, magical experience, and also you're helping to support Black people and Black business.
Hey Shamar, how's it going, my guy?
Brandon, how's it going? Good to
I'm
see you.
good. This is my first time coming here.
Welcome to a bookstore experience.
Yeah, well, talk to me about like this bookstore. Like, how long have you guys been in the community for?
So the A Different Booklist bookstore, we've been here for 30 years. It's actually our 30th anniversary this year.
This is your 30th anniversary?
Yeah, it's the big 3-0.
We gotta pop some champagne.
And we've been in the community, the Blackhurst community, for about 30 years.
Yeah.
And yeah, we are a Black-owned bookstore. We sell progressive books, books that promote diversity, political thought, intellectual thought, even African Canadian books, local authors, and Caribbean books as well.
So, 30 years in this community.
Yes.
What makes it so significant?
It's so significant because our community has an amazing Canadian Black history in this community called Blackhurst.
Blackhurst. I feel like I've heard of it, but I don't know much about it. What's
Right.
Blackhurst?
So Blackhurst is it's a playoff of Bathurst,
Yeah.
right? It references the Canadian Black history in this community, which goes back to like the Underground Railroad. So folks
for real?
folks would settle here. They would come here and they would go to the businesses, like they would go to Beverly Masco's store, get beauty products. They would go to Lloyd's barbershop, get their hair cut.
So there were a bunch of like black businesses in this area.
A bunch, yes.
Oh, you have a book here. What is this one called?
So this book's called Welcome to Blackhurst.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
So you can literally learn about like the history of the community here.
That's right, and we published it, and this book essentially talks about the Canadian Black history of the community.
Yeah.
So if you turn the pages, so this is Len and Gwen Johnson.
Yeah.
So they started Third World Books and Crafts. This essentially came before A Different Booklist. Folks like Michael Jackson actually visited the store.
What?
Crazy.
Michael Jackson visited this bookstore here?
Yeah.
Holy. What makes A Different Booklist so special?
It's so special because we're black owned.
Yeah.
It's so special because it's independent. So you get the opportunity to support a local black owned business. And also we're a community space. So not only will you get a book, you might get greeted with wow, how you doing?
Are you Jamaican background?
Jamaican background.
I was gonna say, that was a little rough what you did there. You know, I remember when I was younger, I didn't necessarily really like to read a lot. Mm-hmm. Did you like to read?
I was a reader growing up.
You were a reader?
I was a reader. I was always a reader. Yeah.
You were always a reader?
I love to collect books. I have a big library, and working here, it's like tripled that. Like it's
Okay, so you're really doing your passion right now, then.
Yeah, essentially.
Like, how many books would you say you read like a year?
Close to 30 or more, because I also organize a book club.
You have a book club?
Yeah, I organize a book club.
What's the name of your book club?
It's called A Dutty Bookman Book Club.
What?
Yeah.
What?
So Dutty Bookman, whenever I tell people about
That
it,
is
everybody
crazy. I love
laughs.
that.
Everybody dies. And
How many years have you had the book club?
just over a year,
Yeah. How many members do you have in the book club?
a lot of folks come out. A
Yeah.
lot of folks. Dutty Bookman was actually the catalyst for the Haitian Revolution.
Oh.
Yeah, reason why we named it after that, because for one, it was a funny name.
Yeah.
It was kind of a playoff of A Different Booklist. So I said, why not A Dutty Bookman? And sometimes people mess it up and say,
love
yo,
it
are you
so
going to the Dutty Man Book Club?
That's too good. So we got a lot of learning, obviously, with these books.
Yes.
But you guys have kids' books too?
Yes. Our
Yeah.
children's book collection is really focused on a lot of black identity. Most of our books here, especially in this section, is like local authors. So this book is just about, a young child enjoying their beef patty. It could be from Randy's, it could be Tennell's, whoever, good
Could be
one.
Juicy if you're back home.
Oh yeah, juicy.
Don't forget, don't sleep on Juicy.
Juicy or tasty?
I'm a juicy guy, can't
I'm
lie.
I'm juicy too.
Yeah,
I'm juicy too.
I like a wet beef.
Yeah, me too. And don't you notice their cocoa bread is like so nice and soft?
Yeah, I have to be careful though, because they're gonna say like I choose favorites. So.
Right. That's right. No beef.
We love. So who are the original owners of A Different Booklist?
So the original owners are Aita Sadu and Miguel San Vicente.
Okay.
Yes. So Miguel's from Trinidad.
Yeah.
Aita is Bayesian. So that's why we kind of promote that Caribbean culture, especially in our literature, because it's owned by Caribbean folks. So on a regular basis, you'll hear a lot of patois being spoken here.
When you come here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Patois, you'll hear some reggae or calypso being played, in our sound system. So it's a very black space and a very Caribbean space as well.
Oh, here comes Ida. Yes. I love your bookstore.
Thank you. I'm really, really happy that you do. Is this your first time here?
This is my first time.
Oh, snap. Well, you're going to be back.
Well,
Again and again.
write me down the list.
Yeah. I am so excited that you are here. You are here in the spirits. Look at all the books and the titles and the
There's so
spines of the
many,
books just
yeah.
calling you. You are in a place where we can trace our DNA from the 1800s to this time, to 2025, to today, that you're standing here. This is particularly exciting and cool and sexy. Yeah? All up at the same time.
Yo, I mean, you're making reading sexy and fun.
We also want people to read not because they think it's an exam,
Yeah.
but read just for the simple pleasure of reading.
Why does reading give you so much pleasure?
Because it's imagination. I could travel the world. When I was a child, I was born in the coolest place called Scarborough. And Scarborough's got stories right now that just coming at you.
Yeah.
And I went to school in Barbados. So there is imagination. And I read a lot. So that triggered me. I could travel anywhere in the world. When I came back to Toronto and I came back to Canada, I knew more about the world than Canadians. I knew about Europe. I knew about all these places through the power of reading.
So I know you guys are on the Canadian Black Chamber of Commerce's directory, Black Business Direct. So how has being on the directory helped you?
Wherever we are, every mickle is a muckle. I think that's what Jamaicans say, right? COVID brought partnerships that we didn't have before in our communities. COVID brought new ideas and new organizations that were missing and lacking. COVID allowed us to scale up to some ways, or to take off scales off our eyes and see the world a whole lot differently. So I want to thank those people. And I want to thank you to your generation of people. We are happy to see you on your platforms because you have powerful platforms. So when we need now to get the messaging out, right? We should be able to like hook up with you. We need to get this particular messaging out, right?
This is good. Ida, thank you so much.
Thank you. Right?
Oh.
Blessings. Now respect.
What's incredible about this bookstore is we have a Afua Cooper, who is an intellectual from Jamaica. She's a professor. And she just came in.
Pastor Mac would say on the game, this is like top up, top.
Oh, I love that show. Remember she would also say, "Are you not entertained?"
Right. And you know when she would do the tip, she would go tip. Well, this is like tip.
Or no, you know, she would say like, "This is Rick Fox." Yeah, you're like the Rick Fox. What does it mean to you as an author to have your book in a Black-owned bookstore like this one?
It means everything. To have my book in a place like A Different Booklist, because what Aita and Miguel are doing is carrying on the tradition of the Black literary space. It's really a space of wellness. It's not just carrying the books, it's also about feeding your soul.
The soul is well fed today.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, everybody knows I need a shave. Thank goodness we got Dr. Ayeni and Rajai, co-founders of Blair and Jack. Thanks so much for joining me.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
It's so great to have you guys. Well, you have a perfect lineup.
Thanks to all.
I should have gone to the barber. Guys, talk to me about Blair and Jack.
So Blair and Jack is, our passion project. So basically what happened is a few years ago, Ade came to me and said, Bimpe, whenever I shave, I'm fine the first day, I'm fine the second day, but by day 3, 4, bam, I get these itchy, painful, raised bumps. And you're a plastic surgeon by day, can you help me out?
Did you ever wonder, why was it happening? Was it happening because, you were kissing him too much? By the way, they're married.
We are. Absolutely. So I was like, okay, you know what, Adi, we're going to go on a field trip. So we went to different drugstores, looked around, saw nothing. Went online, found nothing. And then I thought, maybe he's onto something. Why is there nothing dedicated to men, Black men, or men with curly hair textures, to help them with this common issue? Because we know 3 out of 4 men shave daily. So I thought, okay, this is crazy. So I kind of went back to school, went through the research, reviewing this condition called pseudofolliculitis barbae, and I said, okay.
Wait, what is it?
PFB for short.
PFB. Lost when they just said it to him. What?
This is why you're doctor.
So he was an amazing first patient. I tried a few things on him. I called a pharmacist friend and said, listen, Miranda, I need your help. So we tried compounding a few different components, and voila, they worked. And so I thought, okay, this is amazing. Here's a 40-something-year-old guy who's been shaving forever, has tried different things and they haven't worked. And that's, I kind of came to the rescue, right?
She came on board and she was like, it's not what you're using. It's your skin, it's your hair that is causing a problem. If you have curly hair, it's going to always happen.
And is it because, men with coarser curly hair, it's easier to get ingrowns?
That's correct.
Okay.
Exactly, because that hair is trying to grow up, but it curls on itself. And that's why you sort of see the bump. It's trying to get through.
I get it so many times, like
Yes.
under here.
We're here for you.
Taking it out. And I thought it was just me. I thought my skin was a mess.
No.
But it's all of us.
So many.
Well, all of us black folk.
Yes.
Anybody with coarser hair.
Exactly.
Coarse hair is beautiful.
It is.
But you just got to maintain it different.
Absolutely. So this all began as a product to help one person, the individual.
Wow.
And from there, things sort of really blossomed into this beautiful brand. And funny story, the initial first round of this, we have twins. So Blair and Jackson are our twins.
So the company is named after your twins?
It is.
I love that.
Thank you. And not
creating that generational wealth.
Exactly. That's exactly right. Yes. And what I love is now that they're old enough, they can read.
Yeah.
So they see the brand name and they're like, Blair, that's us. And we love that for them. And that's exactly what it is, passing things on to the next generation. So we're happy. We've come a long way.
When did you start Blair and Jack?
So we started right before they were born. So
you were pregnant with them when you started a business?
Yes.
So you were birthing twins and starting a business? Yes. You're crazy.
So let me scare you a little bit. So what actually drove me, because I was used to it, like, okay, this is normal to me, just like you said too. It was normal, like, okay, you shave, you're gonna have this.
Bumps,
I was so beat up by how much I'd spent and the time that she made this. It sat in the fridge for like 3 months, I didn't touch it.
Why didn't you touch it?
Because, I mean...
So she did all that work while she was pregnant and you didn't touch it?
Because I was used to nothing working for me. And I didn't want to make her feel bad.
Oh, I see you. I see you.
Because just like you said, right? I thought to myself, like, okay, this is me. Nothing is ever going to work. So there was a night that I used it, and then I woke up the next morning and I'm like, holy cow. So she was obsessed. So I ran upstairs like, this stuff worked. So she looked at me like, so you haven't been?
This is the reaction of every wife to their husband, like, if you just listen to me, damn it.
The look she gave me was like, so you haven't been using it? And I was like, nah.
I can't with you.
So now everywhere I go, you would never see me, even if I'm going on a 2-day trip.
Yeah. Without this product.
I have to, because if I'm going to shave, I want to use it.
As a business, a black-owned business, and I know you guys are also on Black Business Direct from the Canadian Black Chamber of Commerce, like that directory to find black businesses. How has that helped you guys?
It's been wonderful because we are sort of building this massive network. And even just in signing up, we've been getting posts emailing us, messaging us, sending us DMs saying, hey, have you heard about this market coming up? And doing all kinds of wonderful networking. It's wonderful. What got me here as one of 7 black plastic surgeons in the country, in the whole country, in Canada, is because...
Hey, of which 2 of our brothers.
So myself and my 2 younger brothers.
7 of them?
Yeah, so we are 3 out of 7
So
black.
your family has made 3 of the 7, basically half of the black plastic surgeons in this country come from your family.
That's right. Yeah.
Ghanaian or Nigerian?
Nigerian.
Of course. You can't mess with the Nigerians, I tell you. They run things. You don't play with Nigerians, they know business, they're entrepreneurs.
So yeah, I know, diversity, equity, and super important. Super important. They've gotten me here, and I'm proud of it. And I heard last night, it's a gift, not a threat.
I'm so proud of you both. Thank you so much for joining me. I wish you only continued success, and I'm gonna take one of these boxes home.
Actually, the 2 of them.
Okay, 2 of them, I get 2 of them? All right. Hey, it's BG, and I wanna know, what do you think about what you just watched? Make sure to drop your thoughts in the comments below, but also make sure to check out even more great content like this video and this video over here. And if you haven't subscribed to the Brandon Gona Show, do so right now by clicking this button right here.